Joe, Chris, Small, and Sizzle. Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blow in your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blow in your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blow in your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blow in your whistle. Mike's hair dynamite. Joe might start a fight. Ain't a problem Chris can't fix. Sizzle's the shit. Maul bench the whole rack. Sports talk and stats till the day that we die. Fly, Eagles fly, win, lose, tie, draw. Pass the bros the ball. Forget what you heard, we in the house with the bros on birds. Get the blow in your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blow in your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. They got it. We in miles with the bros on birds. Let's go. Get the blow in your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blow in your whistle,
What's up, Birds fans? We're back. The only podcast that's getting ready to do some analysis. It's questionable. Our passion's going to be irrational. And tonight's lineup is just me, Paul, and Chris. So we're definitely setting the bar for intelligent football takes kind of low already. This week we're going to dive into the Cowboys match. Panic about things we probably shouldn't be panicking about. We're going to overhype some shit that we definitely should. And let's remember Dallas sucks. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, have fun with us. There's not many of us here today, but we're going to get it going. How you guys doing?
Excellent. What is that? What was that on the screen right there?
Little Bros on Birds koozie.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I heard they made an outing. Is that true? They made a sighting here in the tailgate this week?
Yeah, man. We were at the tailgate. Had a good time. It was windy as hell, but we had a good, very, very good time. As far as the game goes, we're 8-2. Nothing to see here. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Chris?
Oh, fantastic. I'm in beautiful Lone Tree, Colorado today. So there's a new, it's like, where in the world is Chris on these podcasts? I feel like I didn't travel this much, but now, like, when I go back and I rewatch our shows, I'm like, shit, I'm in a different state every time I'm on one of these shows. But here we are. But I'll tell you, I can't wait to get into the game because I loved this week's game. It was so enjoyable in my eyes. I enjoyed every second of this game.
Well, don't forget to reach out to us wherever you can on email at brosonbirdspod@gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram, brosonbirdspod, and also on TikTok on brosonbirdspodcast. If you're interested in one of those cool koozies that Paul just showed there, we do have those available. You can just hit us up and we'll get some sent out to you. It's pretty nice. Did a good job keeping my hands warm on Sunday.
Man,
nicely done.
Beautiful.
Like Chris said, and we're going to get into this game. We won 16-9. It was a little ugly. Offensively, defensively, it was actually amazing. First quarter, we scored 3 points. They scored nothing. We scored 10 in the second. They scored 6, nothing in the third from both teams, and 3 from both of us in the fourth. That last 3 that they scored, they probably shouldn't have scored. Let's talk about the ugly part. Offense, Jalen Hurts, 14 for 28, 135 yards, 0 touchdowns. Jared Goff, though, 14 for 37, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 2 sacks for 12 yards, a QBR rating of 9.5. What's his? And then Jalen had a 34.1, 1 sack for 11 yards. On the rushing side, Saquon had 26 carries. Did he really?
That's a lot.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was that high. 26 carries for 83 yards. 3.2 was the average. Tank Bigsby had 4 for 34. 8.5 was the average. Jalen carried 10 times for 31 yards. Their side of the ball. So, I mean, that's a pretty good balance, man. 28 passing attempts and 26 and 40 carries.
But I think Saquon Bigsby needs more touches.
I think so.
100%.
Every time he touches the ball, he seems to break a playoff. From their side of things, Jahmyr Gibbs had 12 carries for 39 yards. 3.3 was the average. David Montgomery 6 for 27. Then they had a couple guys here and there. Jared Goff carried it once for a -1 yards. Receiving, those guys, Jahmyr Gibbs had 5 receptions for 107 yards. He is hard to fucking tackle, man.
Dude, he's legit.
Yeah,
he is
He's super
explosive.
fast. Super fast.
I'll tell you, we don't know if we're going to takeaways yet, but just a quick one on Gibbs. He reminded me of like explosive that Saquon was last year. Kind of put in perspective of like, ooh, Saquon don't look the same.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but this is the other interesting thing, right? So then the only other 2 people had receptions on their teams were Jamison Williams, 4 receptions on 7 targets, 88 yards. He had the touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, this is huge. 2 receptions on 12 targets, 42 yards. And then
looks like he visited Guantanamo Bay.
Well, they moved him around, and he still did. They even got him lined up with like Dory Jackson a couple times. And Dory Jackson did really well.
Did his job.
Yeah. But the weird thing I was going to say is we only had 3 people with receptions. A.J. Brown, 7 receptions on 11 targets, 49 yards. Jahan Dotson, 2 receptions on 2 targets. And Dallas Goedert had 2 receptions on 5 targets. Never mind. Wait, there's more. Wait, my page didn't load. Sorry. I was like, wait a minute, that didn't sound right. I was like, I know Devontae. I was like, that did not sound right. We also had Devontae Smith had 1 for 5, 8 yards. Saquon was 1 for 2, and then Granson was 1 for 2. They also had David Montgomery and Brock Wright with receptions. But still, not a lot of passing going on. We had a total of 14 receptions on 27 targets. They had, 14 for 36.
You guys, what's wrong with the offense?
I have so much opinion on this.
We're going to be a while. I don't know if there is anything wrong. I mean, I say this as in I don't like how it looks, but going back and looking at all the score, I went to this earlier. I looked at the score differential last year. Like, we're not far off from what we scored last year. It's very similar. So
I don't even feel like we're close to playing our best football. Not even close. And yet we still win, for 1. 2, there could be so much better game planning that could happen that puts Jalen at risk, right? There's so much more, like, this is risk aversion and still winning. To me, I don't see, I have nothing to complain about besides the aftermath that we could get to, like the locker room stuff. It's the only thing I could possibly talk about that I'm like, ugh. Now, to be critical on this one, it wasn't Jalen Hurts' best game, though. There were some open passes that he should have hit, but there was a lot of drops as well. So there was a lot of blame. There was a lot of blame all around on the offense. But to me, I feel like, man, when they need to dial it up, they got it in the wheelhouse, ready to go.
I feel like the passing game is exactly like it was last year. The only thing that's different is we don't have the running game this year, and I think that has to do with the offensive line just being completely fucking in shambles and never. They've only played 1 game together as the starters.
Wow. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, that says something. I think that's why the running game's kind of taking a hit. But the passing game, I think, looks pretty similar to how it looked last year. No big numbers, winning by 5 points. I mean, remember all the games last year where we didn't score until the 3rd quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I think we all let the playoffs the playoffs of the Super Bowl clouded like our vision of what actually went on last year.
A championship game and the Super Bowl, because they balled out all over the air. But listen, so It's a loaded question, and I'm the one that asked it. I think KP has something to do with it. I think Jalen has something to do with it. I think they're just not clicking. So last week, I understood Green Bay good defense. I get it. Okay, I wasn't really expecting them to score, and in Lambeau. But this week, you're at home against Med defense. On the Lions side of the game, and good field position by our defense, getting you in good spots, and we still can't. Ah,
There was
guys,
how many
I don't
drop
know.
passes?
I don't know
How do you
what's
only
going
get
on,
three?
man.
How do you only get 3 off the interception?
That was brutal.
That was really brutal, right? Like that was one of the biggest ones that was like, whoa. Besides the fact of the 0 for 5 fourth down conversions that Dan Campbell went for that were all on our side of the field that we either didn't even turn into points or only turned into field goals.
Now, Goff still threw the ball for 254, which I was surprised by, because if you were there, you knew that wind was howling. Okay, so it wasn't the best conditions to pass the ball. So maybe that was it. I don't know, man.
I think it plays something into it, but I still think there's something. The rhythm's off. Like he.
Yeah.
And I think we'll talk about this a little bit more, but Jalen is definitely holding the ball longer. He definitely is more conservative and doesn't want to turn the ball over, which we know is a thing that's being preached by the coach and has been since he's been here. But I think when he takes that extra beat or that extra tap of the ball, he's throwing the rhythm off of the whole team.
I would agree with that. But let's not forget, how many drop passes did we have this game?
Agreed.
For one. And then two, you have your star player, your star wide receiver, not finishing plays.
11 targets.
Not finishing plays. This is now how many weeks in a row where the ball gets thrown up to AJ, because we were clearly forcing the ball to AJ, and he doesn't even run the play out. There's a lot to play here. There's a lot of here, but I'm still not concerned. I just want this locker room nonsense, this whole AJ thing to kind of go away. But that play was egregious. He took the play off again. I think was it the third quarter? Was that one?
Yeah, that was towards the end of the game.
Towards the end.
Jaws and John Ritchie tried to defend it, and they said because of how windy it was, the ball was probably off trajectory, and there was no way he could have got to it. And I was just like, I don't know.
I'm not mad at that. I don't know.
It was
windy.
It was windy. Crazy, and I don't know if it came across on TV, because even when we were sitting in our seats, you really couldn't tell how windy it was. If you looked at the field goal post, you could see the flag wasn't moving, but the post itself was actually shaking. But then if we looked up at the flags, the American flag and all, you could see it was
moving,
whipping. It was whoa, it's bad. So it had to play an effect this week, just like I thought it did last week. But I don't know. This game against the Cowboys in a dome, if it doesn't look somewhat better, then I take back every time I've tried to use this cold and wind excuse.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. If they don't show up with a good offense this coming week, I know defense. Dallas's defense got a little better. But they were also playing the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas Raiders. So we'll see.
Oh, no! We suck again!
But, we're talking a lot about the offense because I just don't understand. All right, Smitty with the drops.
They were bad drops too.
Yeah.
They were bad.
In the first 2 quarters, Jalen, I felt a little bit bad for him there because I was like, man, you got some raw deals. You got a couple bad drops. You got a couple offensive penalties that totally fucked up everything you did. That felt like that. But then later, I was like, man, you're missing passes. You're not looking at people. You're just taking too long.
Combination of everything. It's a combination of everything.
That's why I can't even say it's just KP, because it's not just him. I even thought there were some plays during this game. I was like, man, that was a really good play. He called a good play, but then it just didn't execute.
That's like the one series. I'm like, I think Nick Sirianni's calling the plays here. It looked like when we were clicking, there was slant plays ran. There was some I mean, it looked like there was creativity all of a sudden in one series that we drove down the field and then it stopped again.
Yeah.
And you guys, another offensive coordinator, okay, for Jalen. Hasn't he had one new every year almost?
Yeah.
But I heard on the radio today, and it makes good sense. The one constant is Sirianni. Sirianni can fix this, in my opinion. He knows what Jalen can do good and what he can't do good.
What's there
He's
to
been
fix?
here the whole time.
We're 8-2.
Yeah, but we got to look at the offense. The offense is
The offense needs to be
garbage right
fixed.
now. And he's hurt, and he's hurting my MVP.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like the Detroit Lions just put up what 44 the other week, right?
Yes, that's the defense. I'm not talking
Well,
about the defense. We're talking
but
about
like
the
we get the best version of every team every single week, right? To beat the top dog, right?
Very true.
And
Very true.
I think there's more in the tank that we're not letting out yet to protect. Like look at all the injuries that you got from running quarterbacks, for example, right? You got Dart who's out. You got what the hell is the other kid? From
Penix Jr.
yeah, you
He's
got
out.
Penix out. You just don't want to. They're so conservative, right? So that's to a fault. But man, when they want to ball out, they ball out. Like that's my point. So this defense is going. I mean, maybe we transition to the defense here because that is a masterclass in what they're doing.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I wanted to. I wanted to talk to them because I want to talk about them because I mean they 0 points given up in the first, 6 in the second, 0 in the third, then another 3 in the fourth, 2 sacks. So not crazy there, but still 2 sacks. One by Zach Bond. I'm sorry. One by Jalen Phillips, and the other one was by Nakobe Dean. Our tackle leader was Zach Bond with 7 tackles, 2 by himself, 1 for a loss. But then Jalen Carter with 5 tackles. Phillips had 5. Makuba had 4. Dory Jackson 4. They were amazing.
The batted
Yeah,
balls.
batted balls.
Batted
The
balls.
0 for 5 for fourth down conversions. They shut them down. Their defense, they had who had a sack? They had 1 sack, and it was split by Hutchinson and Roy Lopez. And their Jack Campbell had 15 total tackles. Jesus,
He was balling out everywhere.
yeah. But I mean that's really it. We had the interception from Coop. They had nothing. Yeah, that's really. I mean, like
It was a masterclass,
our
of defense.
Just totally controlled them. It was unbelievable, and it was everybody. Like everybody played well. I don't think I pointed out once somebody that just looked horrible. Like I said, Adoree Jackson actually looked good. Not like okay, he looked good. He looked.
What's standing out for me is obviously the D line is great, and there's a lot to talk about there. But I can't think of a time that I can remember that I really enjoyed watching the Eagles linebackers perform at the level that they are. They are so exciting between their coverage, the way they jump into the play. I mean, just overall, that linebacker core is so much fun to watch, and especially because we have depth now in that position, in that line. It's
I was just about to say Campbell can't even get on the field right now.
depth.
And not only that, and then bringing Phillips in, that was amazing too because like he added depth to that. He added depth. That rotation is better. You're getting Jalix Hunt coming in later, and he's fresh. Like it's awesome to constantly have a fresh player coming out in the field, and it's showing what we could do. If anybody doesn't want to tell us that that's a Super Bowl winning defense, they're fucking crazy.
There absolutely is. Absolutely
that defense is elite. Yeah.
They're so exciting.
Yeah,
it was
Vic,
a masterclass.
kudos to Vic. He made some moves. He got a couple people out of here that he didn't really think fit his system, and brought in his guys. And and it's a young defense, you guys. That's the thing. Like, I think they're one of the top 3 youngest defenses out there. So I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, the only scary thing about that, though, is that, like you said, they're young, which means
They
they're
are.
in contract soon. And
yeah, we're not going to
How
be able to
many
keep
can we-
everybody.
how
well,
many-
again, you guys, I hate to say this, but N'Kobe Dean is a free agent after this. Do you
yes,
bring him
this is
back?
his contract year. I
Yo,
think so.
yeah,
I think every
100%.
time he's on the field, he's proven that he's worth it.
But he's not on the field, and I think they got Campbell to replace him.
Because of the Warrior for injuries and what can
Yeah.
happen.
You
I
still,
can
they
understand
still
that.
sign him. They still will. They can't let him go. Like he's
He
elite.
is.
I
He
forgot
is the
how good, I
heartbeat
forgot how
on
good
that
he
team.
was.
Yeah, so did I. So did I.
I really did. Like the way he steps up and gets in the coverage and his IQ. I completely forgot how good of a player he was.
Yeah, he's
Man,
balling
we're
out,
good.
man.
Yeah.
We are good on the defense, man. It's nice to see. I have so much trust.
This
that we're
is a
gonna win every game.
defensive city. It's a defensive
I mean,
city.
it's clearly that's our identity now. Like that's our identity this year. Last year we were a running team. This year we're a defense. And maybe
I'm still holding out on MVP #1.
I'm feeling maybe Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning, last hurrah Super Bowl type of team here. I think that might be who we are, dude. Where this defense is going to ride us all the way to the Super Bowl, and it's not going to be the
I'll take
quarterback
it.
play.
I'll take it.
You can't say that. Now listen, before the bye week, they had 2 great games offensively, and we were like, "Oh, okay. Nobody's complaining about KP anymore. You know, everything's good." Then the bye week, and then in Lambeau, and then in the windstorm last week. And here
Look,
we
man,
are.
take a step back. Did we really think we're going to win these 2 games back to back?
Like
No,
I
if
said
we would've
last
said
week,
we were splitting. We would
Yep.
have been happy.
exactly.
So, like, I'm not mad about it, but it is like a little frustrating to see the offense not perform at all. And I mean that's what that was. That was six.
Kind of enjoy
points.
it.
What,
I
what do we
really
get,
kind of
26 points in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you know what? Give me 10 points in 2 weeks, as long as we win the game. Why I enjoy it? Why I enjoy it is because the nonsense that AJ Brown brings to this team, and I'm don't mind the implosion that's happening on that side because I know he can implode all he wants, but when we need to have number 1 QB1 raise him up, show up for the playoffs, my man is going to be there all day.
He's got to show up. Hopefully with a
Full
first round bye.
confidence.
But it is just that though. I mean, it's nonsense at this point, right? I mean, we had the coach. I mean, we had the owner talk to him last week before the game,
Yes.
and then and I would have been like, okay, fine. He says he's going to not tweet no more. But then at the beginning of the game, and I don't know if they showed it on TV. I know we saw it there. Jalen was leading a massive huddle of all the players to get them hype, and then you could see in the background. AJ Brown just like fucking around, kicking rocks on the field and not paying attention to what's going on.
Listen, he was ready to get into the locker room and get started, man.
Oh, come on, man.
My God.
Put the face on. Just play the role for the minute, like something. Like
You're
That
right.
ain't a team player. That ain't a team player.
He wanted no parts of that
but the worst part is
emotional
he
speech.
He was trying to stop other players from getting like because he at first he's talking to Smitty and like kind of like stopping Smitty from going into the group, and then he actually does it. He tries to do it to Saquon, and it's like, bro. I get that they might be cooler with you than they are with Jalen, but like it's a team thing, and they got to do that team thing right now. It's like when you're a manager and you manage people, and you like the work's like, hey, we got to cut everybody's salary by 5%. You don't want to do that, but you got to sell it. You gotta
Yeah.
sell-
The
Gotta
body
sell it.
language is horrible.
yeah.
That's the only thing. It's a shame, man.
It is. I mean,
It's like we can't have nice things, man.
and I still kind of do think that he's lost half a step.
Who, AJ?
AJ.
Again, he was a receiver that really never got a lot of separation. He would always manhandle you. So he's not the separation guy. He's the
He's not.
throw it up.
He's not the number 1 guy. He's
Well,
not the
this
number
year.
1 guy.
He's not number one's guy for sure.
He's definitely not number 1's guy.
like so we're gonna I think 20 years from now we're gonna get like a 30 for 30 about this, and we're gonna find out what happened because something clearly has happened.
You know what we're going to get in 30 years? We're going to get like a celebrity boxing match between the two of them. That'll
listen,
be
give
fucking
it time. Give it time. D Gun is out there lurking now, so he
All
might
right,
get
well,
it.
let's go. Who's go ahead, Paul. Who's your bro and a bird? Who's your donkey?
Oh, my bro on the bird is N'Kobe Dean. The guy was flying around out there, man. And his energy he brings to that defense. He is the captain. He should have the C on his chest.
I agree. He's been
You
one of my
know,
favorite for like a year and a half now.
If they resign him, he should get that C next year. But N'Kobe Dean is a beast. He's a monster. So he's my bro. My donkey? Nick Sirianni.
Bro, a donkey.
Why Nick?
Because, bro, there was no need for him to do that tush push on his own 30-yard line in the fourth quarter. Okay,
He should have punted that. I agree.
Come on, that's inexcusable. What are we doing?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And did you hear his post game? Is what he said about it?
What did he say?
He finally was like, I maybe
did
should have not
something.
done that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he finally admitted that was like, I think that's the one that broke him. Like that,
Yeah.
that's the one he's like, I really kind of fucked this one up. So it was nice to actually have a little bit of humility of like, instead of his like phoned in response, he
Yeah.
was like, you could tell he was like, yeah, I fucked that up. That was bad.
Who's your bro?
My bro and a bird? Oh man, who do I want to go with? Let me go with Big Jordan Davis this week. Let me give it to Big Jordan Davis. You know, he has been you can see all the effort he put in the offseason is finally showing up. And he just played a great game. Not on the stat sheet that much, but the batted balls down. Just he's just a force. So I'm gonna give it to him. My bro and a donkey. I'm gonna stay consistent. And I'm gonna go AJ Brown. Just for the fact that he's a bum. I'm absolutely tired of talking about him because I would like to talk about him on the field producing, but that's unfortunate because he just doesn't do that anymore. All he does is not finish routes and cause dilemmas and headaches for everybody. So
Bum
he
is
is
a
my
little strong, man.
bum. Well, fine. I'm going to go with a lowercase b in my bum, not an uppercase b.
Malcontent or
Malcontent.
something. Just.
All right, my bro and a bird. I already kind of mentioned it, but I'm doing it. I mean, this person, we literally have brought in at the trade deadline a replacement for this person. The rookie's back off of being injured, and Adoree Jackson is still out in the field and made the play on the fourth down.
He did.
That would have scored a touchdown, but he blocked it. And I think he played an amazing game. I got to give it to him, bro and a bird.
Bro, a bird.
All right, I have two donkeys. First is like I'm going to give if this person worked in Philadelphia, we would ask for their head immediately after the game. And
Who's
I got
that?
to give it to their head coach,
Oh,
Dan Campbell. How do you go for it that many times on fourth down, on third down, and then don't convert and just keep doing it? At one point in that game, I think in the fourth quarter, they should have been up by like 2 field goals if the dude just would have took a field goal. So he's not my real one, but I have to mention that. My real one is I can't name who it was, but it was whoever was on the line during the tush push. They kept slapping the ground that caused the false start.
I'm
who
not
was
sure. Who was that, Chris? Do you remember?
On our
Remember the
line?
false start? Yeah, on our own line. The false start that everybody
yeah.
got pissed off about because their player jumped across the line.
Yeah, because
But
he
when
was
they
moving
showed
his
it-
hand across. I forget his
Yeah.
name right now.
But like,
Yeah.
why was he pounding on the ground? Whoever that was.
Bro, a donkey.
Because there was multiple things wrong there. Not only was he hitting his hand on the ground, and the dude does jump. The defensive player was lined up in the neutral zone, dude. You could have just pointed. You could,
And they didn't do that.
yeah, man.
Horrible.
There's been a lot of sloppy offensive play all across the offensive team the whole season. Like, they gotta get
100%.
that shit fixed.
They do.
We do have some bad news coming out of it, though. We did. Jurgens looks like he may not be playing next week. He could be hurt, but the bigger one, and Chris has a story around that, is our friend Lane Johnson.
Yeah, so this story is from Tim McManus here, and our Eagles right tackle Lane Johnson is suffers another injury here. So as the story goes here, the right tackle Lane Johnson suffered an injury was that a Liz Frank? Is that how you say that here?
I think so.
Liz
Yep.
Frank injury
Mhm.
during Sunday night's 16-9 victory over the Detroit Lions, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Monday. It is not expected to be a season-ending injury, but he could be headed toward injured reserve. Uh-oh. Sources told Schefter. He exited the first quarter, he being Johnson, following his Saquon Barkley run on 3rd and short that got stuffed. Johnson walked slowly indoors after a brief trip to the medical tent. He was replaced by Fred Johnson. Let's go, Fred Johnson.
Let's
The
go,
team did
Fred.
not provide an update. So here's where my piece is, right? And the story goes on.
real quick though, so you know a Liz. Do you know what a Liz Frank is? It's
Is that the books you would get in like high school?
She's the girl who hid in the room, right? Like, when the
One of
Germans
those.
came, so if this is your foot, like across here, it's a fracture across the top of your like the
Oh, that doesn't sound
and
good.
When your foot goes like this, it's a fracture that way.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not the girl who hid from the Germans.
I thought it was like the colorful folders you would get. I thought it was her.
Yeah,
I think
what was
that's
her name?
Lisa Frank.
Yes,
Lisa
yes,
Frank,
we're
yeah.
all over the place. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll just tell you this: I as much as I hate the news, I'm also kind of happy for the news. We've been shipping him out every week broken, and he's been pulled out
He was
almost
getting
every.
owned. He was
He-
getting owned on Sunday night.
No,
On-
what he means is he keeps going in and he was on the Jason Peters. Remember
has
Jason Peters
been.
used to always get hurt
Yeah,
every game. He
and
would always come out for a while and then go back
this
in.
this is like when the dog doesn't know to go outside to take a shit anymore, right? And they like, and it's like, man, what do I do with this dog?
All
Do I
right,
do?
I'm not,
do
I'm not going that far with Lady
Well,
Johnson, but he
hold on,
was
hold on,
approaching.
hold
He
on,
was
hold
approaching
on.
Jason Peters status.
Before he got injured, Hutchinson, Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, he
Well,
manhandled
because
Lane.
he was hurt. He's still the
Oh,
best.
here we go.
He's the best
Humping those
tackle
thick legs.
in the league. He's the best. He is numero
He just
uno.
keeps coming and coming and coming.
The man is hurt. That's all that it was. That's all
Look,
that was.
No, man. I like. But let's be real. Like, let's like the sad part of this. That might have been the last game we see Lane Johnson play.
He'll be back for
Yeah.
the playoffs. I hope.
We hope.
They said
We
they have
hope.
to wait. They have to wait until the swelling goes down, to get the MRI or whatever's going on. So something's
Came
going
back
on.
hard. He
Something's going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, but yeah, like he. But the other big thing about this, besides the fact that I feel that he was getting just his shit pushed in on Sunday night before he got hurt, we now lose that package of bringing Fred Johnson in as the other tight end,
Right.
block. So we tried to do it with Matt Pryor, and I don't know if it worked as good. I mean that was sarcasm because it definitely didn't work. As
It did
good,
not
but,
work as good.
So that's the other side of this. It's another wrinkle that it's a wrinkle we had added in to be creative, or at least we felt like the offensive coordinator was being creative, and now we lose that again.
But at
Yeah,
least we
awesome.
know what we're going into next week with. Like, there's no guess.
Yeah, and Fred
I
gets
see
a
what you're
full
saying.
week.
Yeah, with the starters, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah, Lane, they've been packing. They've got him all perked up, out there, wrapped up, everything in between. And I hope he just gets healthy for playoffs at this point. Just
There you go.
Yeah,
get
because,
healthy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and think about it. He left the previous week's Green Bay because of an ankle injury. So an ankle injury and then the foot on top of it. Like, is it the same foot? The left?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It just doesn't say which foot it is.
He needs new shoes. That's what he needs, man. His feet ain't working out for him, man. This ain't going well.
Jalen can't call Michael up and see if he can get him a couple pairs of Jordans, like some a little better. Help my man's feet out. But yeah, I mean, look, it'll be sad if we don't get to see Lane Johnson play again.
Nah,
but
we
I
will.
think He
We
was
will.
already debating this year retirement. He brought it up a couple times, so this might be the last run for Lane
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think there's a BG story. After Lane calls it quits, there's not going to be a BG story for this guy. Like, this
No.
could be this could be the last year, and let's make it a good year for him. Let's make it a good year.
Yeah,
gotta load that box.
yep.
Yeah, man.
Load it up.
Load it
All
up.
right, take us to the big news of the week, Paul. This story is just mind blowing.
Guys, 8-2 team.
Oh no! We suck again!
number 1 seed in the NFC right now. If the
We're
playoffs
ranked
ended
number
right now,
3 currently in the
Yep.
what's his name's too.
hmm if the if season ended right now, everything comes through Broad Street. Okay, nothing to see here, right? Mm-mm.
That's
Over-
not true.
Over the weekend, while we were all chilling with our families, there was a Diana Rossini. Oh, sorry. Let me credit where I'm getting this story from. Brandon Lee Gotten from Bleeding Green Nation. Okay, but over the weekend, Diana Rossini had a report that multiple Eagles offensive players have grown frustrated with Jalen Hurts' approach this season. What? So now,
But all right, well, wait. That makes sense. That first part I can get, that there's multiple Eagles offensive players. Of course there is, right? Like you have A.J. Brown.
yes,
Who's probably, we know he's frustrated.
okay,
You probably have Dotson and what the hell am I saying? Help me here.
Dotson and Smitty and
Smitty.
yeah,
Dotson, Smitty, and maybe a tight end or two are probably bitching, but not out loud like AJ is. So yeah, multiple Eagles players have probably grown frustrated with Jalen Hurts' approach. Probably. Like I said, he's probably throwing the timing off. They probably go to the film room after the game and they're like, well, oh shit, I was open. He didn't pull the trigger. And then, that's where they get frustrated. So I get that. But now as you go deeper into this,
So then the game happens, okay? Then we go to post game, okay? Shout out to Seth Joyner on his post game live show. He has a veteran on there, a man around town, a guy we all know and love. D Gun was on the panel and had
I'm that hard.
had a few things to say. The transcript goes as this: some things that are getting dissected on film during practice. Those things are being talked about among the quarterback coaches, offensive coordinators, head coach. It's been constantly discussed all season long. Yet, when it gets translated on the field, all of a sudden it's like this guy doesn't know what he's doing. So, you guys listen. I'm gonna stop there. So there is communication, okay? All right. He's being communicated to, okay? It's that interception that he had a couple weeks ago.
In the Giants game.
Yes. Allegedly in practice, that was a play that went to AJ across the middle.
Yep.
For some reason,
They ran it multiple times in practice.
That they
It was a
ran it
slant that went to AJ, but he in the game went down the field. And then I heard the same story. And the other thing about it was, but this jives. This first sentence up here, or the first piece jives, because there's that, and then we also are now hearing that the last play, that fourth down throw in the Green Bay game, was supposed
Yes.
to be a slant to Smitty, who was open.
yes.
And so was Saquon. But him at 11, as 10 said to us, or as Smitty said to us, him at 11 made a decision to go down the field to 11.
And then last week we speculated. So what did he mean by that? Did they freelance it when he said 1 at 11? So
Hold on, let me just unpack this one more time. So he says,
talk to me.
it says from the transcript, not the game the coaches want him to play, him being Jalen.
Yes.
He
Yes.
plays his game. I don't
Yes.
think you get out of that mode at this particular point. I think it's what we're going to have to watch all season long is him playing his game.
Okay.
So
His
like,
game.
so I want to unpack that for a second. Like, what? First off, why is D Gun kind of putting this out in the universe again? That's one. Like, is he upset that he's not part of the Seth Joyner AJ Brown feud? Like, he wants his piece
Okay.
of the pie.
So let me answer
that's-
that. Because he says, and I quote, a lot of people in that organization are frustrated with the quarterback situation right now. Okay.
So
Why
situation.
this weekend?
Well, wait,
Well,
but
hold on, let me-
it gets even worse because he says at the end of that whole thing, I'm just basically telling you, there's a lot of people in that organization that are frustrated with the quarterback situation right now, but the quarterback understands he has the team over a barrel. This is almost Carson Wentz part 2. They're not going to eat this kind of money yet, though.
I left that part out on purpose, and I'm gonna tell you why. Do you really think
No.
that? I think that's extra. I don't agree. Jalen is not that kind of guy, in my opinion.
I do think Jalen's not stupid. I do think Jalen knows that if he is like, and I'm going to look at this in 2 steps because honestly, I'm not really worried about the article and what's being said. I'll get to that in a second, but let's talk about that real quick. Jalen went to his first Super Bowl. He fumbled the ball, and tons of people said that was the reason they lost the game. This kid was 23, 24 years old. That probably stuck in his head, and he's like, I'm never going to fucking do that again. So now he's super cautious when he goes out there. They go to practice. They have him being a little bit more aggressive, making plays, blah, 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 blah. But then when he gets on the field, I don't want to say shell shock, but he dials it back, and he's like, I'm going to be conservative, and fuck that. What are you going to do? Fire me? I'm the star fucking quarterback. I won a Super Bowl. I was the MVP last year. I can kind of do what I want to do out here because there really isn't going to be much repercussion besides you yelling at me. Right? Like, he has that advantage.
So he's being extra cautious
and
going against what the real play call is.
I think so. But we can see that. We can totally see that. We've said this for 2 years.
And that's his game.
So you guys, why, after Diana Rossini comes out this weekend before the game, why now is he reporting people in the organization?
So that's the thing you're saying. Like, we know that none of this comes out on its own. It's fed, right?
Thank you.
We know it's fed from the team. Why is the team putting this out there?
And here's the thing. So I asked each one of you. I got my guess who it is. Who is it? Who's leaking this?
Hey,
and guess what? Before you say anything, we're allowed to, shout out to Hugh Douglas, recklessly speculate.
Yeah.
Because if he's gonna say people in the organization without putting a name behind it, let's all guess. Who you got?
My gut says that you believe, Paul, that it's KP.
No.
Because I don't think that. I think it's Howie Roseman.
No. I think
That's
it's
wrong.
AJ Brown. You know why? I think it's AJ. Because they said he met with Lori before the game. And to fall back on the social media. All right, I'll fall back. Yo, D-Gun, I got something for you.
I don't. No, but so D-Gun.
That's too easy for.
Hold on. D-Gun's been here. So I'm thinking about. I'm looking at the how it's framed and how it's put in here. His game, frustrating. Like, the only thing that makes sense to me for D-Gun to say it, because he would probably hear things but not say it unless he gets clearance, right? Like, D-Gun's been around the block enough times. So this has to be a Howie thing.
He didn't put a name to it.
Well, hold on. The reason I say this is a Howie thing, he's probably realizing that the value of AJ is diminishing day by day. His play ain't there, and if he's truly looked at as a cancer, I mean, if I'm Howie, I want to make a play that maybe it's something else going on. It's not AJ, so I can maintain that value. That's the only thing.
But the story's about Jalen,
right? Because it takes
and Jalen.
But it takes the heat off of AJ. So this gives more value back to AJ.
But it's even bigger than that.
That's why it's AJ getting his story out there.
Is it though, or is it bigger than that? Because like now.
So who do you think it is, Mike? Who do you think it is?
All right, well, let's look at this. Nationally, you have this whole your offense is fucking terrible across
boring.
The board.
Yeah, we're hearing all of it.
Breeze has been saying
Drew
that
Brees,
forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of do think it's Howie, because Howie sits there, he watches the practices, he knows what's getting called and what plays are designed and what they're doing in practice. He sees then at game day, like, I know what the coaches wrote up and the coaches are calling. This dude's not doing it. I know my coaches are calling different plays, and now the quarterback is doing his own thing, who's now making the coaching staff look bad. He's made the last 3 coordinators look like they're incompetent.
Well,
But look, we all think that, right? We all think the last 3 coordinators are incompetent. Are they? Or is it really because Jalen's just kind of doing his own thing out there, and it's making them look bad?
now there you have a good point. Chris, what do you think, buddy? Come on. Who
Yeah, I
is
guess-
leaking? Who in the organization is leaking this to
No,
to D-Gun?
I'm with. It's got to be Howie. The reason's got to.
In a second, go ahead.
Again, I went through why it has to be Howie, but again, there's no way D-Gun recklessly speculates without an intention. There's no way he takes even AJ's opinion on this, because he will do what's best for the greater good of the team. Like, he's not going to ruin, because players come, they go, right? D-Gun knows players come, they go. He is not going to ruin. He's not going to report on something that may ruin a reputation he's built over all these years. It has to be out.
I agree, but Diana Rossini
Said players prior.
said, and I quote, she said, multiple Eagles offensive players have grown frustrated with Jalen Hurts' approach.
I know I initially said Howie, but I'm thinking about this more. Like, if I'm looking at it from like a business side, why would Howie do it? Because then he's just going to ruin any trade value for Jalen Hurts if he tries to get rid of him.
He's not going to do that. I don't think.
I'm saying
I think it's for AJ. I think he wants to put the value back on AJ. That's where I think it's where it's at.
To make it look like, yeah, okay.
I think it's the exact same thing you're saying. It's just that he wants value back on AJ, like he's not a cancer.
To make it, AJ really isn't playing bad. The quarterback's being an asshole to him.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
His value back up. Because I was gonna say, and I don't think it would be Sirianni, because Sirianni was asked about today, and he straight up said he's like, I'm not frustrated. I don't think Sirianni would lie like that.
Of course. Well,
Like, I mean, I think he would lie, but I don't think he would.
Sirianni-
I'm not frustrated with him. Like, I think he.
Sirianni can't really say anything. I do believe he does mean what he's saying, but
So if it wasn't Howie for me, then my other guess would be Big Dom.
Please try again.
Oh man, what you want to do?
sorry. That
My
was
other
Siri.
guess would be Big Dom.
No,
Okay.
no way. You kidding me?
mean-
You think he?
What's he have to lose?
Who in the organization knows more than Big Dom?
Yeah,
It's
you
still
can-
it's still AJ, but
You can
I hear what you're
waterboard
saying.
Big Dom. He ain't saying nothing. You'll waterboard his ass. He ain't saying nothing. Big Dom ain't
No,
speaking nothing.
Nah,
think he's too
but
slick.
D Gun is respected
Yeah.
still in that locker room.
And I think Big Dom's slick enough to be like, yeah, I know I can drop this little nugget, and I know who I can drop it to, and nobody's going to question if it's bullshit.
But
So
are-
you
actually,
guys,
Do you really think that this stuff isn't said all the time in front of D-Gun and the rest of these guys, and there's just an approval of what can go out in public or not?
yes,
Like, this shit's-
Absolutely, and this was
Hunter,
approved to go out.
that's why Mike asked earlier. Why now? Why now? Why Diana Rossini? Why the Monday after the game? I mean, after the game, post game,
right?
why-
It was right after the game.
right after the game. Why now are they now pointing it at number one?
Well, I mean,
Because- is it-
take the heat off of Patullo?
No, is it to say, listen, y'all, we're tired of y'all going against AJ. We're trying to help him out here. It's not just AJ.
Yeah.
That's your franchise quarterback.
But does it? But is that the reason right there? You can't have the like you're winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
The coach and the offensive coordinator can't come out there and throw the quarterback under the bus, even if he is playing like shit and not doing what they're supposed to. They can't just go out there and say that. Is this the tactic to kind of put in people's head, like plant the seed? Like, this dude's doing his own thing out here.
Well, it's going to be really interesting. Quarterback speak tomorrow. So Jalen will be
also-
asked about this.
But he also made a pretty shitty comment. I don't know if anybody caught that.
I know where you're going.
Yeah.
And I the first part I was okay with. They asked him about like, oh, it seems like you guys really tried to get AJ Brown involved this week. It seems like the plan was really to throw him the ball, and he said something, and they
Yeah, the
basically
first
asked
part
the
was
same
good,
question,
And
then
he
asked
said
the
you
same
got to
question
ask. You
again.
got to ask KP.
That's something you got to ask KP about, and it's like, dude, like,
Come on, dude.
He won't give it up. Just
I-
like on
I
the
like-
live broadcast on Monday night, So how do you feel about AJ? He's a really good player, and he's here.
Like your answer to that could have been like, yeah, we tried a little bit more to get him more involved. You don't sit there and say, oh, you got to ask Kevin Petullo about that. Like that, you kind of fucked him. You kind of were a dick to Kevin Petullo there.
It wasn't good luck.
Maybe Kevin Petullo put that shit out there.
Maybe
like,
KP's like, I'm tired of this guy making me look bad.
He's like, I design every damn pass play to be AJ the first read. He doesn't even fucking look at him.
Well, that could have walked me towards that one. It could be KP here. He's on again.
If you remember, and somebody pointed this out 2 years ago, D Gunn had almost the exact same article put out.
He did.
And
I forgot about that.
Yep. That's when we were struggling with the other offensive coordinator.
Was it Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, the number one conclusion out of this D Gunn situation.
I think it's the coaching.
Oh. If this was the same quote as Brian Johnson world, this set the stage to get rid of the offensive coordinator so Nick Sirianni can call the plays. That's what walked. But that's what walked us there. I'm just saying that's what walked us to having Nick Sirianni call the plays.
So is Nick Sirianni going to take over play calling this Sunday against the Cowboys?
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying if history repeats itself, it's got a funny thing of doing that.
I already think he did halfway through the last game.
Yeah, I mean, it was better than KP.
I don't know.
Is KP the problem, y'all?
I don't think KP's
the problem. No, I don't think KP's the
problem.
I
think this is a number 1 and a number 11 problem. And until they...
Let me rephrase that. It's a number 11 problem. That number 1 has to deal with.
As the captain, as the leader, if you know one of your teammates is hurting or something's, it's your job to mend that fence. You don't have to like each other at work. I don't care if you get along, kumbaya, all of that, brother-in-law or God.
But there's also a time you have to cut bait. I can make amends all day long, and if you don't want to be on, I'm the captain now, as they say.
Well,
right?
they're at cut bait stage now, in my opinion. I don't even think they're talking. You saw the post game. I mean,
that was
the pregame. You saw the pregame. Jalen's. AJ, I'm out.
AJ looked like that little kid in a little league baseball game that's trying to catch butterflies out in the outfield. He's kicking rocks and dropping them down his pants and shit. Like not paying attention to anything's going on. Like,
not giving two you know what. He's not cares. He does not care.
So I guess what I'm hearing is we got a fake injury in AJ this week, huh?
I thought it happened in the game last week when he went down. I was like, oh, it happened. He went down so hard, I heard.
Welcome to the Sam Boner Minute with Chris Reese.
Oh, what about the Fly Boys here? The Fly guys. So we have a trade. Did you guys hear about the trade with the Flyers this week?
No.
Tell me.
So we exchanged defensive minor leaguers for the Ottawa Senators. So we received Maxine. I'm not even
Dupree?
Whatever. Yeah, no. Yeah, let's go with that.
Swedish?
I don't think so. I think that's going to be a French Canadian guy right there.
Okay.
And then
Maxine up again after this.
It's like Maxence or whatever. But anyhow, we gave up Dennis Gilbert. So it's a minor league trade, not a big deal, but it's Danny Briere. He's testing the waters here. So we are in the playoff hunt. We're in the wild card race. We're technically out of the wild card race, but I'll tell you, in the NHL, in the wild card, you have 22 points right now. The bottom team, 18 points. So it's only a 4-point swing in there. So the Fly Boys.
We have the 22.
We have 21, so we're right there. We're 9-6-3, 9-6-3 on the season. So we're looking pretty good here. The one key area to which look in on is Zegras is averaging over a point a game, which is fantastic. TK needs to pick it up. So that's if we're going to have a real true playoff run, we need TK to kind of turn on the afterburners here and start getting over a point a game production. But we're still on the playoff watch. Wild card hunt. Here we
Chris.
come. Yo,
Chris, 2 questions before you get out. Number 1, is Michkov on better terms with everybody? Is he doing right?
yeah, Michkov he's a different type of energy guy. He came into this season a little out of shape, took it personal. What I like about Michkov is he's a smaller guy, but he's got a lot of energy and he wants to fight everybody. He's like a drunken Russian guy. So he's there, but he's just not producing like we thought he was. He's got to stay in better shape. So he's not on best terms with everybody right now. He needs to get in better shape, to be honest with you. That's where he's at.
And the next time we talk to you, I want to know, how many games they won or lost in that week? You got to catch us up, man.
9-6-3 on the season. They're doing good, man. They've had a good time.
Right.
He cut us off, man.
Yeah,
we were geeking out,
went
man.
well over the minutes.
I know.
Well over the minute.
It was like 4.
We were geeking out, man.
Real quick, back to the Maxine thing. So neither of you guys, well, Chris might have. Last night was WWE Raw.
Yeah.
And
Madison Square Garden.
Big Dom, and
Cooper
Gene were there.
Cool.
With Pete Davidson and then a bunch of the Giants players there. But I've noticed, I was like, why is Coop there and all these Giants players there? It didn't really make sense. The Giants had a little skit they did, so that made sense. But why Coop? And then I kind of thought back, he's been in a lot of wrestling events.
Who's he with?
And then I Googled, does he have a girlfriend? They said, yeah, but then I saw further down, they broke up in the summer. Then Maxine Dupree comes out and fight. And her whole ring gear is midnight green, black, and silver.
Okay. So is there smoke?
Is Coop banging off Maxine Dupree?
Could very well be.
ChatGPT can answer that.
No, I tried. Didn't answer that question. And I don't know if you knew this, Chris. Do you know that her brother's LA Knight?
Oh, Maxine Dupree? I did not know that.
Yeah,
Did not.
her brother's LA Knight.
Oh,
My
wow.
kids probably knew, but
I know neither. But all right, Eagles, Cowboys week. It's here. We're finally at Cowboys week again, which means it's time for every Dallas fan to suddenly crawl out of the shadows, they've been scouting film all year, when in reality they've just spent the last 6 days arguing with their microwave and calling it Dak. This matchup always is chaos. It doesn't matter what records are, who's injured, who's playing. Well, throw that all out the window because somehow, some way, the Cowboys will convince themselves this is their year. And by Monday morning, they'll be back to blaming the refs, the turf, the weather, and probably Santa Claus and our snowball throwing. Meanwhile, the Birds were just trying to stay healthy, get some business taken care of, maybe turn this defense around, get this defense keep going where it is and turn this offense around, and avoid giving any of the Cowboys fans satisfaction of sending us a "how about them boys" text messages or phrases, that have sucked since 1996. So we're going to break down the game. Let's talk about the matchups, and let's all just remember one big thing. Dallas sucks.
Dallas sucks.
yeah, on top of that, Dallas sucks. So a couple weeks ago, I thought this was going to be a dog walk. We would kill them, but they did make a couple adjustments at the trade deadline. Quentin Williams, I guess his name is, from the Jets. He's there. They're getting healthy in the secondary. Pickens is balling to complement CD, and Dakota. He always gives us trouble. So I thought it was going to be a cakewalk, but now they're going to give us a challenge. We win.
They're a good team.
It should be a good game.
I mean, they're not a good team, but they played the Raiders yesterday, and
Yes.
that's where their hype's coming from. They won 33-16. They are now 4-5-1 on the season. They're 2-4 away because they played Vegas at home. Vegas only scored 16 points. Dallas scored 3, 21, 7, and 2, and they put up that Las Vegas did 6, 3, 0, and 7. Dak 25 for 33. 268 yards, 4 touchdowns, sacked once for 1 yard, QBR of 86.7 with a passer rating of 138.6.
He should have 5
Geno Smith,
touchdowns.
On the other hand, Yeah, Geno Smith on the other end, 27 for 42, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 19.9 QBR, and pass rating is 77.3. Dallas's rushing, not bad. Javonte Williams, 22 carries, 93 yards. Malik Davis, 4 for 20. That's pretty much it. Dak was 4 for -4. Their defense gave up 4 carries to Geno Smith for 14 yards. Ashton Genty was 6 for 7. Raheem Mostert 2 for 6. So only gave up 27 yards rushing against. But the Raiders are bad. See, this is the
Yeah,
tough
they're
thing.
bad.
Like, it's so hard
They're
when
bad.
I'm saying this.
Throw that out.
12
Dallas is receiving.
Look at that. Just real quick, 42 pass attempts, 12 rushes. I mean, that mix is awful with Geno Smith. Come on.
Yeah. Dallas's receivers, George Pickens had 9 receptions and 11 targets, 144 for 1 touchdown. CD had 5 for 7, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Hunter Lupke, 3 for 3, 36 yards. Jake Ferguson, 4 for 5. He had a touchdown and 16 yards. That's pretty much it. They, being the Raiders, 7 receptions for Brock Bowers on 12 targets for 72 yards. Trey Tucker was 4 for 8 for 47. Tyler Lockett 3 for 3 for 33. Ashton
Tyler
Jenkins, 6
Lockett.
for 8 for 20. Yeah, like so. It's like I don't really know what the hell's going on here. Dak had 1 fumble. Nothing on Vegas side. Tackle. Let's see. Sacks. Who had sacks on Dallas? 1.5 sacks were given to Quinnen Williams,
Yeah.
and 1 sack was given to James Houston. No, I'm sorry.
Clark?
Wait. Who had the other half?
Was it Clark?
That's not listed. Maybe it was Clark. And then James Houston had a sack as well. But then we have, on the other side, 1 sack. I don't know.
I'm nervous.
What we do well.
Whoa, what?
What we should be doing well is we should be able to run the ball and throw the ball if Jalen Hurts, can be Jalen Hurts and also use his legs. So we have that going for us, right?
Yes.
Our key playmakers should be A.J. Brown against their not that good secondary. They rank 30th in pass defense. That we should be able to exploit that. We're in a dome. It's not going to be cold. It's not going to be windy.
This is a Dallas Goddard game.
Yeah. And we've been more successful in history. And AI models are predicting a 65% win probability for the Eagles in this matchup. Now,
Well, they can put the dome.
On
They
the
can
other
close it up.
side, we've been shaky in the secondary a little bit. So Dallas has been throwing the ball a lot. They have 2 good receivers. Dak's been playing really well, and they've been protecting him. I don't know how much that's because they haven't faced a D-line like ours, but again, the key to this is probably going to be takeaways. And if we don't turn the ball over like we do, like we normally don't, and we take the ball away, then we should control this game. Yeah, I don't know. I thought, like you said, it was going to be we would just smack the shit out of them. But now I'm a little with the offense. I think the defense can shut them down, but are we going to be able to score? That's my fucking worry.
I think this is the week that Jalen Hurts gets back into the MVP conversation because I'm still holding out hope for that. Even all the drama, this guy loves adversity. I don't know if he loves it, but he strives off of it. And look at that guy. I'm telling you,
This game's
it's
got
going
me
to be
so
a good
nervous.
game.
We're away. I know we're in the dome. It's a Dallas game. Dallas does suck. They're 4-5, but there's just something about this game that just doesn't feel. The defense is going to be. I feel confident the defense will be great, but then Dory Jackson is going to come back to reality, right? CeeDee Lamb, Pickens.
Let me ask you this question, Chris. Do you think the offensive line of Detroit is better than the offensive line of Dallas? I mean, that's kind of where I get stuck too. Like, I have to imagine that if we could do that to Detroit,
No. But
I don't know. I overall think that Goff is better than fucking.
But Dak, Dak's going to be better with the pressure. Dak's good quarterback. I don't like Dak is a good.
I'm not saying he's bad,
but like I'm like it's just one of those games that just doesn't feel. If I think you mentioned Sizzle that this is going to be the Jalen game that he gets back on the MVP watch. When you said that, my first gut instinct was like AJ Brown ain't going to let that happen. Like he don't want Jalen to be an MVP watch. I'm telling you,
This
like
is
that's
the game. I feel that he is, but I think
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
I think that he is going to just spread the ball around, give it to everybody. I think
not if AJ has anything to do with it.
I think Dallas is gonna. Well, listen, hey, listen. I think Devontae had one catch last week. Okay, yeah, he dropped one or two. Okay, he could have had more, but. He's going to spread the ball around, and he's not. Listen, the boy who cried wolf is always going to cry wolf, okay? And I think he just has to say, you know what? I'm going to make this offense go. I feel it.
The one thing that again, it's the offense scares me with this game because I think AJ just doesn't want to allow it. But this defense is that good, though. That's the thing is where man, this defense. Mike, to your question, they might manhandle. They might manhandle that O-line pretty good.
Yeah. I'm just then worried about do we need to score? We need to score points. We need to score like 23.
And
yeah, easily.
Please, KP, get Tank Bigsby more. There's no reason why we can't be like Montgomery and
Gibbs.
What's his name?
Gibbs.
And Gibbs.
I agree with that. Rotate them every drive. Do just like they do. Every other drive, it's the other one.
Tank has to get more involved. There are so many weapons on this team, and it's just like it shouldn't be this difficult. That's the issue. So whoever's making it difficult, we need to get this fixed. Tomorrow in the locker room, it's gonna be real interesting with all the questions. So
it's who tomorrow? It's quarterbacks tomorrow.
Quarterbacks.
Jalen's talking tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. I think the key watch for me, key matchup for me, AJ Brown versus the secondary. That's what I'm looking for because this should be the game where he can have a game.
My key watch is if AJ Brown makes it into the huddle before the game starts. Does he make it into the huddle and hype the team up in the beginning of the game? Or is he still kicking rocks? You don't think so?
No.
Man, he's such a bitch.
He ain't going there. Maybe, I make a joke. Maybe we should get him another book. But like, in all reality, like, how much of a distraction was that last year?
And it was ridiculous. What's that playoff hit?
I mean, and it got that dude. That dude became a New York Times bestseller. He was the Amazon's #1 best-selling book because of Philadelphia.
Well, AJ, come grab one of these koozies and put it on your water bottle.
T-shirt for you too, dude.
And make us best-selling. All right.
Oh my God! You know what you do? You need to find a way to get him that T-shirt. I mean, because he would wear that. Like, there's no doubt about it. He would wear that. Oh,
I'll change the words a little. They won't throw me passes, so I guess I'll catch feelings. Change it around to make it sound like he can catch.
Yeah, that's probably better.
I think we win this game. My heart wants to say it's like 55-20. But I just don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be like 27-21.
And who's your player of the game on the offense?
Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
I agree with what you're saying. It's going to be Goedert. Because he's going to go at that. Because Goddard's going to. He's not going to throw it to AJ Brown. He's not even going to look that way, and he's going to go to Goedert. And I don't think. I don't think Saquon's lost this. Okay. Yes, I think Saquon's lost a step, not because he's old, because he's just fucking banged up from last year. You can't do everything you did last year and be the same person this year. Next year, he'll probably be back to what he was. But something's off this. I think there's something definitely off. The whole team played more games than any other team in the NFL. Like, besides the
Kansas
Chiefs,
City
who
Chiefs
probably aren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I got 31-17 Birds.
Oh,
My player of the game is Jalen Hurts. Come on, man.
Ooh.
Come on, man. You always pull through. You love adversity. Let's go.
Chris.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I think the offense still struggles in this game. I think the defense does a good job, but this is the game that it just doesn't get turned around. It doesn't get turned around, and I think this is going to be a loss here, and we're going to have 17-14 loss. Birds lose.
Oh,
Birds lose.
I just checked in. I checked in with Joe. He said the Birds lose 41-7.
My
I'm
guy.
Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
And then we can ask Jamal. Hey, Jamal.
Did you ever click him drinking?
That's crazy.
He
Yo,
must be
that's
sleeping.
crazy.
He must
That's
be
crazy.
sleeping.
Yo,
Jamal must
that
be
is so.
But all right, this week we will not be tailgating because it's an away game, but we will be at Wim's Brewery. They open at 12 normally, but they close usually at 5, but they're staying open for the game. So if you get there for the game, you can stay till the end. And actually, Dorian's got some new Wim's Birds merch. He came out with a new shirt to honor the Birds. Yeah, will be available there. And maybe I'll bring some more koozies.
Hell yeah, bring them koozies.
Anything else, gentlemen, before we leave?
Just go Birds, man. Get this house in order, man.
Yes,
What's
go
going on?
Birds.
Go Birds.
Go
Tell 'em,
Birds.
Jamal.